Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this, know that I appreciate you. It is I, Jay, and I'd like to welcome you to another day in the daily life of Jay. It has been a few days since I last recorded because I have been home sick with a cold, with a head cold. I thought initially that it was allergies, but it became more. I realized it was more after I realized how fatigued I was, how tired I was, and my throat was bothering me. So I knew that it was instead more of a head cold. So I stayed home, and not just because my throat was sore, but because my head felt like it was about to explode. It was so full and congested. But I stayed home for 2 days because I wanted to make certain that, one, I didn't give it to anyone else, and two, that I had actually really gotten past the rough part of it, which I have. I am still fatigued. I don't have the energy that I would normally have. And I'm not saying in the morning, because that I know would be a lie if I said in the morning. But throughout the day, it just, especially like yesterday, I started out okay, but by midday I was dragging again. So I had to go run errands yesterday morning, but when I got home, I stayed in the house. I got in the bed. I ate. I got in the bed. I got up, did a little bit of housework, and then got back in the bed. Had dinner and got back in the bed. So now I'm headed to work. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. Let's see. And it is 8 o'clock on the dot in the AM. If you can't tell by the sun shining so brightly off my pretty brown face. But yeah, so I'm headed to work. I am feeling better, but I am being cautious as well. So if I feel fatigued, I know it's time for me to slow down and be still for a minute. I've got a talk this afternoon, and as soon as I get the clip, I'll put a piece of the clip, or I'll attempt to put a piece of the clip together. I don't know that if it'll be available today or if it'll be available later, like next week possibly. But today is the World Voice Summit for World Voice. I believe it's World Voice Leaders. I don't remember the full name right now. And I spoke briefly with them. I spoke last year with them. And I actually never got the clip from that talk. But hopefully this year will be different. And this year it's all about encouragement, encouraging one another during this particular time of stress and de-stress. So yeah. So I pray that all of you are well. I pray that you have an amazing day. I pray that the last few days that you've had have been really great days. I did absolutely no work during the 2 days that I was off. I just did not have, good Lord Almighty, I just did not have the energy or the wherewithal to do it. So I will do my best to get some things done this weekend. I won't say tonight because I got a lot to do because I did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing these last 2 days as far as work is concerned. I just didn't have it. So I've got a lot of catching up to do. I've got this book, Life Took a Turn. The final edit is back in my hands. The graphic designer, the layout artist, did her thing. So now I have to make sure that the book is in order. So that is the first thing that I have to work on this evening. And then I'll go from there. So, why are you... I swear people do some of the dumbest things in the world to me. You are parked literally in the driveway to where I need to be. Sitting there. Oh, good Lord. All right, I'm at work. I will see you guys later. Again, I pray that you've had a great the last couple of days, and that today is a good day for you as well. Let me get parked and get in. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you. All right, it is finally the end of my workday. I stayed a little bit later today, just because there was so much for me to catch up on, and there's still an entire pile left for me to catch up on. But I'm not staying any longer than I absolutely have to. I gotta get my sunglasses. The sun is shining so bright on my pretty bright face. And if you haven't noticed from this morning, my voice has practically disappeared. So yeah, there's that. And I know that I mentioned this morning that I was supposed to be doing I was supposed to be speaking for an event, a virtual event today. Well, I know what I was supposed to do. Get some gas. Doggone it. Well, that didn't happen. I did not speak at the event. Somehow, on their end, because I confirmed on my end everything, but somehow on their end there was a misunderstanding. So although I was sitting online waiting to be called up, I was backstage, as they call it. In such a hurry to burn that gas, that diesel. But I was backstage and I sat there for close to 15 minutes waiting, and it was only a 15 minute speaking moment or speaking opportunity, but for whatever reason they somehow got sidetracked, and this is after they changed the time on me, because I was initially supposed to speak at 1 p.m. Central, and at about 11:30, I think it was, somewhere between 11:30 and 12, they reached out to me and asked if I would be all right with the time moving from 1 to 1:45. And I said, okay, fine, I can do that. Now, I typically take my lunch at 1, so that's why it worked out fine for me to be able to do it at 1. So I had to push my lunch back by 15 minutes in order to make certain that I was available for them at the right time for the 15 minutes, and I wasn't, rushing off. And so at 1:45, I dialed in. Like I said, it was a virtual meeting, a virtual event. I dialed in, and nothing. I sat there. So finally, after I decided to leave the backstage, I sent a message to the young lady that reached out to me about the change in time and asked, did I get it wrong? Because I know that they're on the East Coast. And I hope that you all can hear me, because with the background noise and my voice, it might be a little bit difficult. But I know that they're on the East Coast, which is an hour ahead of me. And she said, no, you got the time right. I said, okay, well, I've been sitting there and nothing's happened. So she said, forgive us, go back in, and, we'll be right with you. Well, at this point, I can't. At this point, I can't go back in, because it's time for me to get myself back to work. So she then asked, she apologized and said it was clearly a mistake on their end, and then asked if I could speak this evening at 6. Now, I cannot. And that's because I knew that I was more than likely going to work late. And I know that I've got something at 8 o'clock. So I was not going to sit. I couldn't do it. So, and I understand that mistakes happen, so I'm not actually ragging on them. I'm not even disappointed. I did say to her that, everything happens for a reason. It works out the way it's supposed to, and maybe today wasn't the day for my voice to be heard. And, with it being what it is right now, it shouldn't be heard, probably. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens next go round, next year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I am headed home. It's 6:30 now. I'm headed home, and I'm tired. And I still have work to do, because I've got to get this book lined up. I've got to make sure that it's still lined up the way it's supposed to be. And I haven't even looked at it. Like I said earlier, the last 2 days I did absolutely no work, because I just didn't have it in me to do any work. So I don't even know what it looks like. I know that she made changes that needed to be made as far as the design is concerned, but I don't know how far out of whack it knocked my stuff. So that's what I gotta look at. So we shall see. All right, so instead of me prolonging this and using my voice even more, abusing my vocal cords even more, I am going to end this here. And the sun is, and it's like directly in front of me. Directly in front of me. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.